Hi, my name's James. So I'm a Rover Scout from Australia in Victoria, and this is my 60-second Scouter.
3, 2, 1.
What is your favourite thing about Australia?
I think just how, and this obviously is not everywhere, but at least in the places I'm in, people are very nice, I guess. And I think just generally, I think we've come so far. Obviously, there is still a lot of room for improvement, a lot. But yeah, overall, I think it's a pretty accepting place, depending on where you are. I think I'm sort of more talking sort of scouts wise. Yeah, it's just been a very accepting environment, and a good place to, you know, feel like I can be who I want to be. Like I don't have to worry about being a bit feminine or stuff like that. Like, because yeah, I think other places, or just in general, sometimes those societal norms can sort of get to you and you're like, I have to be strong and masculine and man. And I, grr. Yeah, and you know, you don't feel like you can be feminine.
What's your best adventure with scouting?
I think that would probably be jamborees. So obviously you guys have jamborees as well. So I've been to 2 or 3, I think, in my time in Scouts. So the first time we went up to New South Wales, second time we went to New Zealand, so hopped over the small ditch of water between the 2 countries. But yeah, I think making like a lot of friends, I made a lot of friends at those camps, which I'm still in contact with, you know, set me up for life. So yeah, and also coming over to the UK and doing 2 camps at Gilwell there was pretty good as well. Yeah.
What is your favourite food combo?
I feel like when people ask Aussies this question, you're expecting us to say like tomato sauce and like something. Let's think. Favorite food combo. I'm gonna have to say probably pancakes and ice cream. It's top tier, you know. It's really good. It's very good. You know, throw a bit of like, you know, lemon juice in there as well. And
So what's your fondest memory of Gilwell Park in the UK then?
yeah, so when I was over there, they have like the crate stacking activity. Anyway, I broke the record of the camp on that day when I did it. I can't remember how many crates it was. It was back when I was about 12, so you know, good 6 years ago. So I think that was pretty cool.
As this month is Pride History Month, what makes Pride in Australia the best?
So we have this thing called Midsummer. So that's sort of like the overall like Pride sort of event thing, which happens this month. So we've got a massive carnival happening. So that I think that started on must have been, I think the 23rd of January, and it's going all the way to 13th of Feb. So there's like loads of things, lots of music, lots of stalls, where lots of, you know, companies have lots of information, and they're all supporting us, which is good. We've got the march, and that's happening on Feb the 6th. So, you know, you get loads of people, all kinds of organizations, scouts, guides, you've got police, ambulance workers, and just a lot of other community groups, which march in solidarity, and it's just a really good time, you know. You see a lot of flags, as you can see. Yeah, glitter, we love glitter. But yeah, it's just a really positive vibe, and it's just a really nice sort of experience. Like I think Scouts as well, the organization has come like quite a long way, in terms of like, you know, queer rights and stuff, and it's you know, worked into like leader training and stuff here now, you know, how to, you know, approach the subject, be respectful, that kind of thing, which is really good. So because growing up gay, it's like, oh, you know, it's and now like there's so many queer people in Scouts as well, that, you know, you go to an event and you all sort of migrate together, then you like, and then it gets to a point and you're in a group and you're like, is anyone here actually straight?
Okay, so what got you started in scouting?
So my father was, he was a cub, a scout, and then a senior scout as well, in Australia. Can't remember if he'd started doing it in the UK because he migrated from the UK to here. But anyway, so he got his old uniforms out, and I must have been about 8 or so at the time. And we're just having like a nice little nostalgia fest of just looking through all his old uniforms. I tried on his like cub jumper and stuff. And then he was like, "Do you want to do scouts?" And I was like, "Yeah." So yeah, so we, Googled, nearby scout groups. So I was at the age to start cubs. So yeah, so I started at First Mini Ponds Cub Scouts, and then later also went on to the scout troop for that group as well. And yeah, just from that moment on, scouts became my entire social life. And it's good. Best decision I ever made.
Who is your role model?
2 really wholesome, lovely librarians at my school when I was still there. And they helped me a lot with coming out and, navigating being queer in a predominantly straight environment. And yeah, I really admire them. And I want to be that for someone else if I can, because they made my life so much better, like navigating school and stuff. So yeah, 2 librarians, love them.
What is your best scouting skill?
Best skills, probably knot time or like lashings. I like lashings. Lashings are cool.
Okay.
Yeah, and I can make this. Yeah, so which I'm going to teach you how to do later.
Okay.
Yeah. So those are fun. Yeah, I like knots. Knots are cool.
What's the best badge on your left sleeve?
So so I'm newly a rover, so I don't actually have any badges. I'll just grab my venture uniform real quick though. Oh yeah, the expedition was quite good. So the way that it worked with the old system, at least, is you'd have sort of venturer level things. So those are the sort of purpley red ones, and then the green ones. So the green ones are the Queen Scout level ones. So you have to do all of the VA ones, the lower level ones, and then you choose 4 of the green ones to do. So 1 out of each area, I think. So my VA expedition was fun. We went to I think Anglesea, I'm pretty sure, which is where I'm going this weekend, for a hike. So it was, I think, 3 days. Yeah, so I got a small group of friends from other scout groups came along and hiked along the beach. Hiking along a beach is so difficult, like sand, hiking over sand. Don't do it. But yeah, no, it was just a really good time. So
what's your hobbies outside of scouting?
I guess this kind of relates to scouts, but it's like something I want to do, like not in scouts as well. So I'm a radio presenter for one of the Scouts Victoria radio shows. Just one of them. There's like a whole bunch of community radio shows. So I am a presenter for Scouting Around. That's on 96.5 Inner FM. So yeah, it's really fun. I started just coincidentally by promoting Wear It Purple Day. And then they were like, "You're so good, come join us permanently." And then I became a presenter, and it was great. So I'm hoping to sort of do like volunteer at some other community radios and sort of make that my thing.
What's one thing you've had to overcome to get your Queen Scout award?
I feel like the obvious answer here is maybe COVID. Yeah. I'm gonna sort of take that, and yeah, COVID, and also balancing it with year 12 and finishing school as well. I did finish it before I started year 12, but the way that it works in Victoria is you sort of do VCE, which is Victorian Certificate of Education, over year 11 and 12. So I was finishing my Queen Scout in year 11, so I was balancing, learning all this stuff and trying to get good test marks. but and also like finishing the few things left to do with the Queen Scout, and also COVID, which was very inconvenient, very annoying. I think my Queen Scout level hike got cancelled twice, and it was like it was just in between lockdowns, and it was like nah. First one, it was when the Premier started locking down certain postcodes. So I unfortunately lived in one of those hotspot postcodes. So everyone else on my hike were free, but it was me, the actual person who needed the hike for the badge, who was like, can't go. So it was not good. And then we rescheduled it. And then we got locked down the day before the hike. Yeah, I was a bit, we didn't actually get to do the hike in the end. Scouts Victoria ran a online sort of hike thing for people who were really close to getting their Queen Scouts, so they could do it, because it was just couldn't get it done because of all the lockdowns.
How do you look after your mental health?
Yeah, well, I have a therapist because I think it can be difficult sometimes. So I have an anxiety disorder, and have had a few sort of queer related mental health problems which go on, such as life. But I try and surround myself with friends, and I take time for myself when I need to. I think during school I didn't do that as much, and I was like, I need to do all this work. Oh my god, I can't sleep. I need to, but yeah, I just sort of take time for myself. I keep myself really organized, so I have like a little whiteboard here, and it's got like everything I need to do. So I'm not getting like overwhelmed, because I can get overwhelmed like really fast. And like, procrastinating stuff is, oh god, where do we even start with that? But yeah, talking to friends, and just sort of pacing myself, I think. And if I'm feeling anxious, telling someone that I am feeling anxious, because nowadays people are quite understanding about that kind of thing. So
what's one thing you take on camp with you?
Well, a tent. I think that's important. Just trying to Cards Against Humanity.
What does scouting mean to you?
Scouting means to me, I think, it's a place to be yourself, and it's a place to make loads of friends, and everyone's different in their own special ways, and that's okay. And it's just a nice place where you can get to know loads of different people. No one's going to judge you for being different, or certain stuff. And it's just nice, wholesome, inclusive place.
You're a natural. If you ever want to take this on, just let me know.
I will.